Hello. Okay, so today's live we'll be talking about, we have a really strong message coming through from all of our guides, the collective, our guides. We also have how to connect with our guides, why to connect with them. They're really asking us to connect with them. Also, why is there this necessity of multiples? Like, why this duality within ourselves, within society? Why that? Also, a little thing about this hermit mode that a lot of us are feeling, that we are either coming out of, going into, like what is going on there. I also, fun fact, got a new journal. Well, I didn't just get it, but I opened up a new journal, and so it's like flimsy, and I love it because it's so cute, but it doesn't stay open. So that's just, if you see pages, it's because my notes are closing. Okay. So, while we wait for other people to hop on live, I pulled a card right before this just to see how to approach this live, just because there's some really major things that are hidden as simple concepts, like the really major lessons and messages, and they're not as direct and forward as a lot of other things have been, and a lot of other things that we've experienced. They're not telling us to, like, hey, shut down, or hey, you need to do this or this or this. It's really calm and just this understanding of everything. So I'm rambling. Let's take a breath. Beautiful. Let's take one more deep breath in. Let it out. There we go. Okay. That's better. Okay, so I did pull a card just to see how to approach this, giving this message, and the card, the Shadow in Reversed, came out. And so again, this is a lot of messages, and a lot of it, I encourage you to watch this video maybe multiple times, or watch it in little increments, so you can either like take notes or just see how these messages apply to you and how you can see them in your own life, because this is bringing up deep things that we don't always look at. So yeah, that's that one. And then our little crystal pal that's with us today is a little carnelian. Yay, he's so cute. So this is really just talking about and really diving into how are we relating with ourselves. That is what this is. This isn't talking too much about other people. This is talking about you and me. You and me, just our own individual selves and what we can do. So there's a few different things, messages, why and how to connect with our guides, the necessity of these multiples, and this hermit mode. So the message that's coming through, it's really simple, really simple, 2 words, chill out. That's it, like chill out. We just need to take a second, stop overthinking things, stop overanalyzing things. There's been a lot of anxiety that's been building up within the collective as a whole. If you haven't been feeling anxiety, or if you feel it coming on, or you expect yourself to get some, like, just chill out. Do what you need to do to make sure that you are in the space where your mind can work at its fullest. And if that is calling out of work, if that is taking a bath, if that is taking a 5, 10, 15, 30-minute walk, then do that. We are being called, asked, and reminded that our physical body needs to be cared for from the mental state. Our mental brain and our soul are combined, and they are living and residing within our physical body. And so when our mental state is being overwhelmed and it's in this anxiety state, it is suppressing our soul. And our soul is trying to express, and it's trying to be in that flow state that we've talked about in past videos, but it's trying to be in this flow state of attraction, bringing in abundance, bringing in trust and loyalty and friendships and soul connections. That's really where our soul wants to be. But if our mental state is in an anxious space, it is suppressing that soul. It is not allowing us to be in that flow state. I'm not saying you can't be in the flow state with anxiety. You just need to remind yourself, I am not my anxiety. And even just saying my anxiety, I am not this anxiety. I am not this emotion. I am experiencing this emotion right now. And when we flip the script and see it from that perspective, we are reminding ourselves, I am a soul. I am a consciousness experiencing this body, this emotion. And so that is just a little bit of what's going on there. Chill out. Stop overthinking. Stop overanalyzing. We're in this. What did I say? We are in this. We are in. We are in it our way. That is what I wrote. We are in this our way. We are experiencing this as our own being. We're experiencing this on our own terms and within our own self. That is what this it feels like this last week has been major anxiety within a lot of people. Just, are things going to work out? I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think I should be in this situation, but I can't take a break, but I need a break, but I don't know what to do. And so that's just like the balancing act that's going on. And so just chill out. Take a breath. Let's take one more breath together. Let's do one more deep breath in through your nose. And let it out through your mouth. Beautiful. So just chill out. However that is for you. If you need to watch a cringeworthy Hallmark movie, watch a cringeworthy Hallmark movie, because you know what? They're amazing. That's what I've been doing. I promise. That's what I've been doing. But that is the message that my guides are telling me. And then also when I'm tuning into the collective, my guides are telling me from the collective. They're like, the collective is experiencing this. Given my perspective of the collective is who I'm coming in contact with. And so this is for everyone. If I am feeling anxiety from just the people that I'm around a lot, and I'm feeling the anxiety, and then they're feeling the anxiety, I'm like, okay, so this isn't just me. This isn't just them, because we are all feeling this. And if it's one person, it's two people. If it's two people, it's three. If it's three, it's 100. So, and then it's just everybody. So when we are experiencing this, we just need to remind ourselves, I am not this emotion. I am a soul. I am a consciousness experiencing this emotion. So making sure that we have that distinction of, okay, I'm still me, I'm still home in my soul, and my soul is in this body, and my body is having these physical reactions to this emotion. But I am still a consciousness. Okay, so that went a different direction than I thought it was going to go, but that seemed to be the message that needed to come through. So the next little message is that we need to be connecting with our guides. Okay, when we just need to be doing that. And I know a lot of people that I've been connecting with and who have messaged me, they're like, I need to be connecting with my guides. I don't know how to. I don't have this ability. I can't. We're just gonna get rid of that. The I don'ts, I can'ts, like, okay, goodbye. We're not having that, those words, because you can. You already are. We all have inspiration. We all have creativity. We all have imagination and connection and ideas and thoughts. Those are all from somewhere, whether it's your own soul. And so like, okay, my soul is creating this thought, but it's not just my soul. It's my oversoul. It's my higher self. It's God, source, creator, energy, universe, love, energy, spirit guides, angels. It's coming from somewhere. Within you, as the consciousness within your physical being, you are having an idea of, I should get out of bed today. Okay, so that's your thought. And then you have the backup, the support of getting out of bed from your guides. Okay, and so then when we get up and we're like, oh, I forgot to brush my teeth. Where's that coming from? That's our subconscious, our consciousness reconnecting together from the assistance of our guides and our angels coming in and being like, oh, maybe you should do this, or oh, maybe you should brush your hair, oh, you forgot pants, like just those different type of things. And those are just minimal examples. Those are just small examples. Going into more of the like, okay, what's actually going on, we have for breakfast. Okay, well, I usually have oatmeal in the morning, but today I'm feeling like having eggs and toast. Okay, why? Our intuition is coming and being guided and being channeled through with the assistance of our guides. And so you're not ever alone, and you're not ever disconnected from your guides. You can have a block from listening to them, but your soul, your intuition is always one-on-one with them. You are buddies, yeah? So, but we need to be connecting with them because, like, why do we need to be connecting with them? It's necessary information, necessary info for the most aligned timeline. That is what came through when I was prepping. There is necessary information for you. I'm getting information that's necessary for me and for me to talk about. But you are getting necessary information for your own life and for your own connections that you are making in your day-to-day life. You need to be connecting with your guides as well. And if you do not know how to connect with your guides, listen to this next part. That's the first one. Listen. That's literally what I wrote down, is listen. This is utilizing your senses, whether it's listening, so seriously like hearing, and just taking that second and being like, okay, am I getting a message right now? You can listen, you can see. So are you seeing angel numbers? Are you seeing auras? Are you seeing colors? Are you seeing spirits? Like, what are you seeing? Are you smelling? Are you sensing things that are just coming out of nowhere? Are you feeling things? So are you more empathic? Are you getting emotions from others? Are you feeling that anxiety that we talked about earlier? That is a message that, okay, I am experiencing this emotion, because as a collective, it is being reminded that I am a part of the whole. I am a part of this collective, and as a part of this collective, I am experiencing the collective emotion. But that doesn't mean that I am that emotion. That just means I am a part of the collective, and it's an experience. I love you too. It's an experience that I need to be having at this moment. That is what we are talking about when we are feeling the collective emotions, whether it's that anxiety or the excitement or the connection or the love, whatever emotion you are feeling, you're not the only one. So that's the first one, is just pay attention to your senses. When you're connecting with your guides, pay attention to your senses. The second one is to, if you're getting information, or even if you're not getting information, you don't feel like anything's there, then just ask a question, okay? Do you have a message for me? Similar to when I'm doing tarot readings, or if you've gotten a tarot reading, if you have, if you just want guidance, if you go to a guidance counselor, if you go to a psychologist, if you go to these therapists, you ask them a question, or they ask you a question and you respond. But without the question, you don't know how to respond. And so, similar to our guides, a lot of times they don't know what you need unless you ask for it. Because our guides are just other dimensional beings that are in this experience with us to teach us just as much as we're teaching them. And they learn by us experiencing this life. Yeah? And so the first one, again, pay attention to your senses. The second one, ask. We just talked about that. The third one is to create. How do you create? As multidimensional human beings, souls, consciousnesses, we are creators, literally creators. And how do you create? A lot of people are like, oh, I'm too right-brained for that. I'm too left-brained for that. Like, I can't do that. Or I'm more of the business, analytical side. I'm like, awesome, perfect. Then create from that space. How can you create something more from that space? How can you create this or that? How can you dive more into that? If that's what sets your soul on fire, do more of that, because that is how you are connecting with your essence. And so I'm not saying like everybody needs to go out and become a dancer or a painter. No, I'm saying everybody has a sense of creativity within them. And if that's creating space for you to play basketball with your kids, go play basketball with your kids. Create that space. That is creation. If that is painting that picture, paint that picture. Creating that dance, create that dance. Choreograph, whatever it is. But again, it doesn't have to be something so like artistic. This is a simple action to connect with your guides. Creating whatever that is. Creating space is a very, very major one for so many people. Just creating the space for your guides to be there with you, consciously connecting with them, being like, okay, so I feel that you guys are here and that you have messages, but I haven't been hearing you. And so what is this? Because I'm kind of going crazy over here. Just sitting down takes 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 seconds. Like, it doesn't have to be a 30-minute thing. It can literally be 30 seconds, 5 minutes. So just creating that space for you to connect with them. But yeah, so that is connect with your guides. So, but if anybody has any questions, just make sure to type them in the comment box or in the comments afterwards, or just DM me if you want to talk more about this. Love to talk more about this. But moving on into the necessity of multiples. And I keep looking down because this is where my new notes are, and I want to make sure I'm staying on track. Cool. Okay. Necessity of multiples. What the F does that mean? Okay. Multiples, I am talking about dualities. I'm talking about triplets or quadruples, like the differences in experience. Like, why am I different than you? Why do we have differing personalities? Why do I have a personality that's more of like connecting things together and reminding us of our purpose. But then also within me, I'm like, I need my alone time. Like, that's over there, I'm over here now. And then I can step more into that. And so when we're talking about multiples, I'm just talking about our own single personalities. Within my individual personality, I am a lot of things. And I'm not talking about like multiple people in my own being. I'm talking about me as Landon. I have many sides, just as you do, many sides to who you are. Just as you have a different personality within your family life, you relate to your best friend differently than your partner, different than your father, mother. You have different personalities there. You have a different personality at school versus work. You have a different personality. And maybe you don't. Maybe a lot of the time you are a very similar person. But when is that switch? When do you need more alone time? Or when do you need to get out in public and actually talk to people? Because we have these introverts and extroverts. And for me, I am very much that person who needs to recuperate and recharge alone. And so I would be categorized on the more introverted side. But in certain situations, I am highly extroverted. And so within this, that is a multiple. That is a multiple within me. And so when we're talking about this, we need to become one with our own systems. We need to understand, okay, who am I? And that is what I dive into within my intuition masterclass. And so if you guys haven't heard of me talk about that, I'll get to a little bit later, but we are starting on Monday with this next masterclass. So definitely let me know if you want to get in on this 21-day journey. We're diving into a lot of like, okay, so who am I? Why am I here? But these personalities that are within us, there's so many aspects of it. Like, okay, so why do I feel like I need to recharge alone? Why do I feel in certain situations that I am highly extroverted, but at the same time I am highly introverted? Like, why are these things happening for me to experience these multiplicities when I am a single person? I'm just Landon. I'm just Landon. But even just saying that, Landon encompasses so much, just as you encompass so much. You are not a single individual personality. People say, oh, they have such a good personality. Okay, but within that personality, there are a multitude of aspects. Yeah? So if we were to talk more on the astrology side, like my rising sign is a Gemini. And so when I first interact with people, I come across as, some would say like, I don't know, I would view it as like, I don't know, two-faced or like not quite as transparent because I'm gauging the situation. Like, how do I approach the situation? Whereas my moon sign is a Virgo, and so I'm very highly communicative as well as organized, and so I need things to be organized. When I get emotional, I'm organizing things. But at the same time, my sun sign is an Aquarius, and so within all of that, I have all of these personalities of, okay, in this situation, I am this. In this situation, I am this. In this situation, I just want to be analytical, I want to be logical, but my essence wants to flow. It just wants to go free, and it just wants freedom. And that's all within me. Just 3 aspects of me. Whereas you have your aspects. Your friend has their aspects. And so we need to be becoming aware of the oneness of ourself so that we can then become aware of how our single person then becomes a part of the whole. How does our single individual become a part of a collective if our own individual isn't understanding itself? We need to be understanding more of ourselves. And so that is what the necessity of multiples, that's what I described it as, but that is what that is. Multiples being your person. Who are you? Why are you here? What is happening and what encompasses you? And before I go into the last little topic, we're going to be talking about the hermit mode, since a lot of people, just in general, are experiencing this call to go, I'm going back inside, I am hiding, and I am just not dealing with anyone, I need to be with myself. A lot of people have been experiencing that, and so we'll get into like, what is that, why is that, and how can we traverse that. But before I get there, I just want to make sure that I let everybody know about the Intuition Masterclass is starting on Monday, and there is still availability. And so if you are interested in diving more into who you are, why you're here, and all those differing personalities within you, we have one-on-one sessions, we have daily prompts to really dive into who that is, who you are. as well as group calls and healer videos, just like how to heal. And because all of us are our own individual healer, and so I'm teaching you how to heal and some really easy tools to do that through the masterclass. And it's 21 days long, so let me know if you would like to get in on that. I am still doing one-on-one sessions, and so if you want a tarot reading, intuitive guidance session, Reiki session, cellular energy release session, getting into our subconscious patternings, programmings, and cycles, and rewiring ourselves to be more happy, abundant, and joyful, and just more free. And those sessions, specifically the cellular energy release, are donation-based, and so literally not a lot being asked for those ones, just trying to get it more well-known out there and just get more healing available, basically. And then at the same time, I am starting to make more Reiki bracelets. And so, if you would like, I make these Reiki infused crystal bracelets, and this one is specifically for Tiggs. He has his own. But if you would like one, I make each one individually. I Reiki each bead. I write down what the bead tells me it wants to help you with. I channel each crystal, and I write down what it wants to help you with, and then I Reiki the entire bracelet, and I send it to you, and it's great, full of love. But let me know if you'd want one. But yeah. Oh, and then the last one is I do have bloom bundles also coming up, and they are each customizable. If you want a longer healing journey, these bloom bundles are really going into like categorizing, like, okay, so what messages are coming through, and then we do a Reiki session based on those messages. Like if your guides are telling you, hey, chill out, then we do a Reiki session on, hey, what needs to chill out, and then we go into our cellular energy and our DNA level and be like, okay, what is anchoring this into you that keeps repeating itself? That way we don't have to keep doing Reiki sessions, we can just release it from your energy. And so that's what the bundles are for. That is why they're set up the way they are. And I have 1 month bundles, 2 month bundles, whatever you feel. And the bundle, just depending, can also include the masterclass. So let me know how I can best support you. But with that, moving on into the hermit mode. What the heck is it? I got my coffee. Okay. Also, if anybody has any questions about anything, it doesn't even have to be about what I'm talking about, just drop them in the comments and I'll try to get to it. Yeah. Cool. So, hermit mode. Hermit mode is for everyone. A lot of times people hear hermit in the spiritual community and they're like, oh, it's just for introverts, or that's just like, I'm an extrovert, so I don't need to be alone. And so hermit mode is for everyone, first and foremost. Hermit mode happens to every freaking person here. Hermit mode happens, and it doesn't matter who you are, what your experiences are, what your purpose is, you have a hermit mode, because hermit mode is the catalyst to break down. It's to break down. What did you say? Am I ever in hermit mode? I feel like I'm always in a hermit mode, but that's also just because I have to recharge a lot. But that's just me. But no matter who you are, what your experiences are, this hermit mode happens because it has to break down all of our programmings and all of our expectations for what we thought life was going to be. This is what hermit mode is for. Hermit mode is when our systems and our life is like, we need to deconstruct all of this so that we can actually get back to our purpose. And this can happen it happens a lot through chaos. And this is like tower moments for those of us who do tarot. It's just a lot of problems. And so this could be loss of job, loss of a partner, like a breakup or actual loss of a partner, car crash, medical problems, or all of the above all at the same time. It seems to happen a lot. And then that's like what hermit mode is. It's just like a bunch of problems show up and it's just like, hey, deal with this. And it gets us progressing extremely fast because we have to return back to ourselves, calm ourselves down so that we can actually act and that we can actually flow in a state of, okay, so I can't control any of this. I can't actually control anything. But what can I do to make sure that I can keep progressing in this life? So, and then why it happens. This happens because it is making room for the better. So say, for instance, you had a job, but you really didn't like the job. And so you lost the job because that is what you manifested. But in reality, you needed the job to pay bills and to stay supported and to feed yourself, your family. But you lost the job because you didn't like it. And that is what you were putting into the universe. The universe was like, oh, you don't like this job? Here. Now you have space to find a new one. Awesome. Yay. And that's what we're learning. Making room for the better. If you lost a partner, there is more out there that you can be doing aside from the partner. And I don't want to be like inconsiderate of situations, because we all go through breakups or loss or all of that. But with the partner, when we disconnect and then we become our own individual, we reconnect with our own alignment, with our own life's purpose. So why am I here in this life? Why am I here? Not why are we here? Why am I here as me? Who am I and why am I here? These are the questions that start to come up through hermit mode. If you get in a car crash, why did my car crash? What is this teaching me? Little story. I don't remember if I've told this before, but last year I got in 3 car accidents within 6 months. The first 2 were within 8 days of each other, okay? And before that, I had never gotten in a car accident, like I was fine. But then within 8 days of each other, I had 2 car accidents. The first one, I got rammed into. The second one was my fault. Yeah, I admit to that one. The third one, I got rammed into again. So my back, the first time my front bumper broke. The third time my back bumper broke, okay? And when the third one was happening, I was coming back from my host job, and I was talking to my guides, and I was like, I was paying attention, okay? I was paying attention. That one wasn't my fault. But I was paying attention, and I was stopped. And then my guides were like, you just need to chill, which is similar to the message that we're receiving now. And this is kind of what brought it all up, is this hermit mode and just all the lessons that are being learned. This message is being like, hey, chill out, because we're about to like step into some major transmutation coming in the next few months. But after I received that message, as I was driving home, I'm just like, okay, cool. I just need to chill out, like stop stressing, stop overanalyzing things. I got in this car accident, and then I pull off to the side, and we're talking, and we clear things up, and then I'm going on my way, and he's like, it was his first car accident, and he said, thank you for being so chill. And I'm like, wait, the word choice is not coincidental. The word choice is not coincidental. My guides were like, you need to chill out, and to prove that because I had calmed myself down in that moment, and to prove to myself and to them that I had chilled out, they gave me this car accident, which then was able to catalyze the shift in my own energy and being like, oh my gosh, I have transformed within these last few months, and now I can actually fix my body because of this situation that happened. And so it was such a blessing in that moment. And that is where I'm coming from with the necessity of multiples coming back. I'm like, my other personalities, like I could freak out, I could overanalyze. Okay, why is this happening? What the heck? Why did this happen to me? Just those overanalyzing, that is one personality. But then this other personality came in and stepped forward and was like, this was such a blessing. This was such a gift, because now I can get my body fixed. And that's where understanding our own personalities, understanding how we can utilize our own self to step forward more into our own power. Like if I had understood that like way back, I don't want to say what if, but if I had understood that a while ago, that would have been awesome. Like understanding, like I can just zoom out of the situation, look at what's actually happening. This is actually a blessing, because now I can get my body fixed and XYZ. It's so incredible when we understand, okay, so I just need to zoom out of the situation. And that's just how I find that I need to function. Other people need to control something. And so it's a lot of cleaning, or a lot of backlash, or a lot of just violence, or just people need to control. And so when they don't feel in control, giving them something to control. Okay, well, watch some TV. You control what channels you want to watch. Awesome. Or journal. You can journal whatever you want to do. Or just controlling. I'm not the control type, so I'm just trying to think of things right off the top of my head. Or other people just need to connect. They need to talk things out. They need to express. They need to create. They need to do those type of things. And that's the second aspect of me type of thing. And then other people just need to imagine. They just need to zone out and let their body reacclimate as their soul is experiencing something else. Those are the main things that I've been coming to find lately. But this happens, again, going back into the hermit mode, why does this happen? It happens because it's making room for better. And so when I get in a car accident, it made room for me to get better, like physically better. And so it's just such a distinct example in my own life that I find the hermit mode happens. I was in a hermit mode and they were like, chill out. And I was like, okay, chill out. Awesome. And then they're like, boom. And I'm like, oh shit. Well, here we go, type of situation. And then this is what's happening this year. This is what's happening. Everybody has been being forced into hermit mode with the whole global situation that's happening. We have people losing jobs, people losing family members, people losing. And so what do they do within those situations? How do they react? A lot of times they can't react because they are stuffed away in their home. They're isolated. And so in those moments, they have to process through it. And so this hermit mode, so many people aren't knowing how to traverse it. Okay? And so moving next, so we did what is it? Just a bunch of chaos. Why it happens is to just make room for the better. And that's the mindset shift that a lot of people are coming face to face with it. They're like, why is this happening? And a lot of times they go the other direction of this is happening to me, not this is happening for me. There's that distinct difference there that switches the entire situation around. And so moving into, if this is happening for me, how do I move through it? Just a few words that came to mind. Openly, calmly, set clear boundaries. So if you're experiencing just a bunch of chaos, just focusing in on like, okay, I can control how I respond to the situation. And I can control what others are allowed to do to me. And so if I am experiencing I like a loss of job, breakup, a car crash, medical problems, all of this happening at the same time, and then say for instance my best friend comes in and starts just rambling and putting all of their daily things on me, I'm like, this is a clear boundary. I'm not in the right space for that. Clear boundary needs to happen in hermit mode. Like, this is not happening. That's why a lot of times people just isolate. They go in their room, they lock the door. This is what I do. Go in the room, lock the door, just sit there and listen to music, read books, watch Netflix. Like, that is why that happens, because then they don't have to worry too much about setting the boundaries. They just physically remove themselves of any sort of responsibility. And so when we are in this hermit mode situation, we need to make sure that we are experiencing it openly. Okay, so why is this happening? Being very open to the experience, which is completely opposite of what we feel like we should do. Okay, I just got in a car crash. I just lost my job. I need to get out there and control. Like, control. I need to figure out what to do with the car. I need to get a new job. Like, I need to do. When if we look at it more from the soul perspective, why did the soul create that experience? So just experience it openly, calmly, and then setting clear boundaries. Because we do, in a sense, still get to experience this life through the hermit phase, or hermit mode, I guess is what I'm calling it. And in experiencing that, you can isolate for a while. But when you re-enter the world, what are your boundaries? Or are you going to allow people to cross those boundaries? So making sure you have clear boundaries so you don't get even more overwhelmed. That is what the hermit mode is, why, and how to work our way through it, type of thing. And honestly, I find when I'm in those moments, I wear my Reiki bracelets and they help a lot. I stuff my pockets with my crystals and I journal. I like to journal. And so that's just my way of dealing with things. Also, binge watching Netflix helps, just in my life. So those are the little things that I wanted to talk about today. That is just that's all my notes. But what did you say? I have seen all the upheaval for me has been a gift to focus on my spiritual gifts. Yes, Trish. That is seriously what I have come to realize as well. Within my own life, like, I had many hermit modes. I went through another example a few years ago. I guess it was last 2 years. 2 years ago? I had this feeling that I needed to go to Italy. And I've told this story before, but I needed to go to Italy, and so I against everybody's advice, I went to Italy. Financially, it wasn't the most logical thing to do, but I needed to go experience that. And when I get back, I find I can't return to college. My job is closing down, and since I'm not going to college, I have to move out of the dorms. So where am I living? And so all of this happening, and I'm in this space of, okay, universe, what's gonna happen here? And that's when I moved into the situation where I met more of my soul family. I got on this path, and it all started from chaos. Chaos just opens doors for the better. It breaks down, it crumbles, it makes it fall, it gets rid of it, it dissolves everything that isn't in our alignment anymore, and opens more doorways because we have built this building, this tower, that wasn't supposed to be our tower. It wasn't supposed to be there. And so when we break it down, we can take a next step, come to realize there's a lake right over the hill and this beautiful oasis where we've always dreamt of being. And that's where we start to build our castle. Not even a tower, a castle. Exactly, just like the tower card. And that is what we were talking about today. Natalie, hello! But with that, that is really what I wanted to talk about today. If anybody has any questions, feel free to let me know. I'm just going to clean up. And then let me know if anybody wants to be a part of the masterclass that's starting next week, or the Bloom Bundle, or even if you just want a personal one-on-one session, let me know. And yeah, with that, I will let y'all go and post this. Love y'all. Bye.